I think most of us have lost our confidence and just our social skills in general due to the whole pandemic, and the whole quarantine, the limited human interaction and stuff like that. I do know some people who somehow maintain their social skills even throughout the whole quarantine, and props to them. But like, not all of us are like that. So now we just kind of feel awkward whenever we like meet new people or just have a conversation with somebody new. I guess it just doesn't feel natural, like pre-pandemic, like you used to like meet somebody new and it wasn't like frightening to strike a conversation with somebody you didn't know. But now it just feels like robotic. So how should you go about like getting your confidence back or like your social skills back? All right, the first tip is going to be the most obvious one, and that's just going to be to go outside and speak to more unfamiliar people, like strangers. You know what I'm talking about? So this doesn't even have to be a huge conversation. You could just greet someone when you're going on a walk. Like if you go on like walks in the morning, then you see a person walking by you, then you can just greet them, bro. Just say hi or good morning or anything, just something small. I know it doesn't sound significant, but just doing this, it builds like so much confidence. And like, obviously they're probably gonna greet you back, and then that's just gonna make you feel so much more like better about yourself for that day. Like, instead of just awkwardly walking past them, and then you just feel kind of like weird after that, because it's like you want to say something but you don't want to because you're like too like scared or something. Just say like a simple greeting, and they're gonna greet you back most likely, unless they're an asshole or something. And then you will feel so much better about yourself, and your confidence for that whole day is gonna be like so much better, bro. Trust me. Just do this. It's a small step and it's not that significant, and this is gonna help you build your confidence up for the next step. All right, so the second step is gonna be what you're gonna do after you've mastered the first one I told you, which is you. By mastering it, I mean you are comfortable greeting a stranger with like not feeling any like, or like minimal fear. You know what I mean? So if you're comfortable with that, then you can move on to the second one, and the second one would be to obviously have longer conversations with a stranger, because you have to keep on progressing. And like, once you've mastered the first one, you can't just stop there. If you want to keep on like building on your confidence and your social skills, you gotta keep going. Like, you can't stop there. It's like a progressive overload, so you gotta keep on progressing on that. So the second step would be just like having a longer conversation and ask them about what they like, and just like ask them about their hobbies, or just like strike a conversation like, how's the weather today, or some shit. You know what I mean? You get what I mean. And I'm probably gonna make a separate video on conversation starters, because I know a lot of people struggle with that. So yeah, the second step would be to have longer conversations with strangers. And the third one that you need to have, it's also very important, and this is going to tie in with the second step I told you guys, and it's being a good listener. So when you ask people these questions, just let them speak about themselves more than like you speak in the conversation, because I think being a good listener is also a very likable trait. And another benefit of this would be that they'll like carry the conversation if you don't want to speak a lot, right? So if you ask them questions about themselves, not only will they like you more, they will also like carry the conversation for you, because you're asking them about themselves rather than like yapping too much about what you like. Because I don't think a lot of people like to hear you speak a lot. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you can speak when it's necessary, but people also want to speak about themselves. So if you're the one doing most of the talking in a conversation, and people aren't really going to enjoy that, like, you're going to run into like people interrupting you, and then it's just all going to get messed up. You know what I mean? So let the other person like speak like at the equal level as you speak, like the equal amount of time as you speak, or like even more than you speak in the conversation. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, when you ask the other person questions, just like keep on adding to that. You know what I mean? So if you ask them what they like, and then they tell you what they like, and then you ask them why they like it. You know what I mean? Like, why they like it, how many times do they do it in a week? You know what I'm talking about? So just let the other person speak more than you speak, because they'll carry the conversation. They'll like you more because you're a good listener, and you will also be more like appear more confident because you're not afraid to ask the other person questions.